Appreciate you guys tuning in today again to the Who You Tellin' podcast. We want to dive into Kris, man, but I want you to be able to expand on yourself and tell us about who you are. Paint us a picture, man.
Yeah, man. So I'm Kris Alexander, Kris with a K, Alexander with a Z. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, born and raised. I moved to the east side probably about 10 years old. So I'm from the east side, from Milton Road, you know what I mean, to be exact. Man, I started doing music early because my sister that called in, ironically, she sings gospel though.
Okay.
And she really had me singing. Like, man, I don't want to sing. You know, back then, we look weak or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially depending on where you stay at. You know what I'm saying? So she just had me singing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get on the choir. So I got on the choir. You know, saying story everybody mostly have. Get on the choir where you learn the notes and harmonies and all that. And, I heard, I was like, all right, I got a little something. All right. I can do something. You know what I mean? I don't sound too bad. Because I was kind of rapping.
That boy that good.
Yeah, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of rapping at first, you know what I'm saying? But when I used to go over to my boy house named Anthony Hall, I used to go over his house. He had a basement. And my boy used to bring over the tape recorder, and we used to put the radio beside it. And we used to write music and record like that for real.
Oh, so you were singing on your voicemail.
Tapes. Oh, you know I was. You know I was. You know it. Especially, I got to sing to the girls a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not now, but I got to. So, just getting into that space and my sister having me singing, being over my friend's house, recording right there by the tape recorder. And if you mess up, you got to erase everything and start all the way back up.
From the top.
From the tip top. You don't got no choice.
There wasn't no punching in.
Wasn't no punching in. Not at all. So that really helped me with coming prepared. Like, I don't think I've ever been to a session where I wasn't prepared. Like, I make sure I go prepared. Like,
that's a fact.
Now, you might go in there and hear some new stuff. Cool, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but I just want to make sure that I come prepared with something.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're in the studio in that environment, you begin to bounce off other people and you're like, okay, I didn't hear that at home, but now I hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes, it's good to do it on the spot, but I really like to come prepared because even if I record something and it's wrong, I can come back around and be like, okay, no, this way I hear erase that. But sometimes you got to hear it live to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I kept singing in the church, and I probably started taking it like serious, man. Probably like 18, 19, I was at A&T just doing this talking about
Aggie Pride.
Yeah, Aggie Pride. You know
I know
what
they
I'm
were
saying?
singing some hymns up there, man. Come on, man.
Nah, crazy enough, I wasn't even in the choir or nothing. I wasn't. I should have though, but I didn't. Nah.
Wow,
That's
man.
crazy.
I was singing around campus though. I was definitely singing around campus. Yeah, I had to do that. So when we recorded on the tape recorder and stuff, boom. So after that, I probably started taking music serious probably like 18, 19 years old, maybe something like that, where I wanted to like, let me download a SoundCloud and let me put it out.
Yeah.
Of course, it wasn't the best studios. I'm recording in houses,
Right.
But you don't hear it. You happy because you didn't record or something. You like, man, it sound good. Then you let somebody hear and they're like, where you recorded it? Like, you sound good, but where you recorded it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, the worst. But yeah, so, I started then. I put out my first single probably like 2019-ish, 18-ish, 19-ish, something like that.
Wow.
Called Love Like This.
Okay.
And I've just been taking it serious ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Shout out to my boy Dominique Scott in the comments, man. Real quick, insert real quick here. Me and Dominique, we in the same grade, right? We in elementary school. We had one job. All right, y'all. Me and Dominique had one job in regards to guy singers, man. We were supposed to sing Mariah Carey, Hero.
Okay.
Man.
Everybody.
My man had one job to just stay out of trouble to the end of the year so we can sing together.
Right.
Man, I think like 2 days before, he did something. I said, man, this boy, so we ain't even get to sing the song or nothing, but he got a very soulful voice. That's my man. I love his voice, Dominique Scott, man.
Sure.
Shout out to him. But yeah, man, like I'm always thrilled to meet male artists that sing, man, because you have a lot of artists that go out there like, if you good with your words, like I feel like you can flow, you can maybe rap, make something, some poetry, something out of it, right? But to sing
It's a different ball game.
Oh, it's different.
You gotta be able to
definitely
sing. You know what I mean?
It definitely is.
So-
At least hold a note.
At least hold a note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we got people out there that they still try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they be at the showcases too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But we clap for them. But you know, we can't wait till you get on. I'm
Yeah.
sure. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
What's your favorite song growing up R&B, man? What was your hit, your go-to, man? Give me one. I need
Something
one.
Boys the Man.
Nah, but I mean, I did listen to Boys the Man, but not favorite. I'm more so like I like the underdogs. Like I was talking about in my last interview I did. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's either Jimmy Kuzar or Jimmy Cozier. I don't know how you say it, but he had that song. Sometimes I love her.
Yeah.
That song.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
man. When I tell you, I used to love that song. Oh man.
Hey, yeah, that's.
She's
I never knew
all
who
I
made that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
though.
Oh
crazy.
man. I'm an underdog person, but I mean, of course, like Neo, Avant, like the
Yeah.
normals.
Yeah.
But like I really was on that song heavy. I'm talking about back to back to back. I used to listen to
Yeah.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
As him being an underdog, tell me. I think your phone is ringing. As an underdog, tell me whether or not what song of his do we probably not know that you love?
he was a one hit wonder.
Probably that.
That was it.
That was
Probably,
it.
yeah,
That's
I'm
it.
probably the
Okay,
one.
okay.
I don't even know another song.
I was wondering if you was like, you know what I mean, in deep, you know what I mean, like in deep to where he had other songs that none of us would be able to recall.
Nah, I do got an underdog though that didn't nobody know too much about. I think he changed his name, but his name was Lee Carr. I was on him heavy.
Sing one of their songs.
Let me see.
Oh, not on the spot. Go ahead, man. I ain't stopping you.
Sometimes I act like I don't care. I know the things I do ain't fair. Sometimes I come home late and I don't even think to call. I know I shouldn't do you dirty. It's like I don't love you at all. I'm not gonna act like I don't love you no more. Little song.
Okay.
Okay.
I ain't heard that, but
That's why you've been in a relationship since you were 23. I got married at 23.
Yeah, that's what it is.
that's 14 years right there. You know what I mean? She said, okay, yeah, this is it. We gonna wrap this
So
up.
when y'all argue, you just start singing.
Oh,
to
you
her
know,
and she-
sometimes.
Little something. And then I'm sure it's not directional or intentional, you know what I mean? You go
Yeah.
in the shower and do it,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I
so
sing
when
all
she
day.
can hear it seep through under the door and everything.
know what I'm
She's like,
saying?
you know, I love him actually. He ain't take the
Yeah.
trash out,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
good. He
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
If you had a song that
sound
could
good.
describe where you are in life right now,
Ooh, that's good.
what would it be?
That's good.
Man, where I'm at in life.
Right now, in this present moment.
I really says I really, really love my family, right? I love my kids, I love my wife. So I would probably say what I've been on lately is definitely that Avant, My First Love.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been on that like heavy lately, and that's, I don't know. I was just talking to my wife the other day, and I was like, man, I just feel like we in another spot. Like we always been good, you know what I mean? Because if we haven't, then we probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So we've been good, but I don't know what it is, but I just feel like we just here now.
Yeah.
Like, we might have been here before, and we were still good.
Right.
But I just feel like we here, like we can do anything. Like I don't need nobody else. I don't look at nobody else. Like I'm a man, so naturally we do. But you know what I mean? Like on the tip of me trying to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nah. So probably that for sure. Yeah.
I'm curious, wife, if you don't mind calling in. I wonder, like, because I know she goes to performances and stuff with you.
Sometimes if somebody can watch the kids, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, if she feels like you just singing to her, like, is everybody out the room? Is it just like, y'all better not cheer for him too loud? Or you got some, because, like, for example, if I was an artist, mine would be the type to just let me do my thing. The girls can meld, do whatever they're going to do. But at the end of the night, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So,
she definitely like that. Like I can sing to people. Like
she talking about, okay, honey.
Yeah, we solidified for real. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't be doing all that. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta just have that trust. That's really what it
For
is.
sure.
Yeah.
You just gotta have that trust. Like, you know what? I trust you. Like I know you singing to them, but I know you come home to me.
Right.
I know that. And I ain't gotta worry about it. I know you're gonna communicate, you're gonna tell me when you're leaving, when you're going, when you're there. you know, make sure you communicate. So
It's funny you said that song because on is it Kiki Wyatt?
yeah, that's I couldn't think of her
Yeah,
name.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one of my
man.
karaoke
Yeah.
songs.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I never understood what she said. I give her no candy coated Valentine. What did she say? Is that what she said? A no coated.
I'm giving your candy coated Valentine. I think so.
Yeah, man. I be catching myself, like, especially when you can listen to the word. I mean, look at the words on the screen and stuff like that on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Like, I be like, yo, I did not know it said that.
Well, 'cause see, some of them don't be pronouncing their words. That's why.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, which is okay for certain songs, but I've learned this as a singer too. Like, if you really say the word, you can play with the song a little more, but you got to say the word though.
Yeah,
You know who
for
I
sure.
respected for that?
Sure.
Luther Vandross. When
Man.
I tell you he enunciated every
Everything.
single, like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, you already knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like, he enunciated everything head on, man.
Yeah.
So, what's your next project, or do you have a current project that's recently released or anything like that you want to shine a light on?
Yeah, I mean, I have a project I put out in 2020. I only been releasing singles ever since. That was Sentiments. Cool little project. It was my very first one. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a lot of growth from there.
Yeah.
But I like I tell people, I keep it there and I ain't taking it down because I just like to see that growth. You know, sometimes you want to be like, that's what I use. And it still sound good. I ain't even saying it like that.
Right.
But, you know, sometimes you just want to look back and be like, dang, this is where I came from. Like, that's what I used to only could do. Now I can do this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So my new favorite song for sure is probably Never Going Back. Everything You Need is off the Sentiments album, but it's so well put together. I still perform that song.
Okay.
Yeah, still to this day, I still perform that song. So they're my two favorites right now. I got Speed out right now, featuring Dominique, D-Neek, D.Neek. Shout out to D-Neek. So yeah, they're my newest right now.
I don't want to say too much because I know we're going to hear some of that later on. You know what I mean? Here in a little bit. But that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, and Jerm, you can follow this one because I never got a chance to ask you this, but you know, it's so many social media platforms out there, and we talked a little about algorithm. I can't say it, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
What platform do you get the most publicity on?
You mean like social platforms like Instagram, Facebook? For me, definitely
Shares, comments, likes, all that.
Oh
good
yeah,
stuff.
Instagram for sure.
Instagram?
Facebook to me has turned into like just family. I ain't saying I don't post on there,
Right.
but it's just kind of like now, you know, unless you Drake or Lil Wayne or something, they can go up anywhere. They can post anywhere. Their numbers gonna be great. But for me, definitely Instagram and TikTok for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Jerm?
Yeah, same. Definitely TikTok. It's the algorithm on TikTok is way more friendly than Instagram. But I mean, all I do is, which Kris, I'm sure you do the same thing. Just post everything across all platforms.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, but definitely like TikTok. TikTok got it.
Yeah.
TikTok is definitely our spot for sure. I mean, Facebook is just, it's slow. You know what I mean?
Real bad.
I consider it to be like a social media for literature.
Yeah.
Whether it's the truth or not.
That's
right?
a fact.
You know what I mean? It's just like you might go in there and read some stuff. You know what I mean? And just mosey on about your day. You might come across some reels here or there. But yeah, it's pretty much the same thing for us. Now, what's the biggest crowd you've performed in front of?
Number wise.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm on my Trump shit, by the way. I'm fascinated with crowds.
Right. Well, you know, in Charlotte, I do a lot of like the open mics and we do like shows that we curate and put together. Probably like 35, 40.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. You know, I just try to show love to everybody. You know, don't despise small beginnings. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who's gonna be out there.
Absolutely.
You never know who's gonna see you. All the connects I've made is from doing those showcases, and it could be 4 people in there, but that one person just he might be an A&R for Sony or something. I don't know. You know,
That's a fact.
You know, now they getting you in rooms. Like, hey man, I need that. Man, I love that song. I need you to write for this person. And I just did something while I wrote for a little boy. He was 16, and the way I got connected with that, the security guard heard me sing my song. He was like, "Man, that was you." It's like, "Man, I need that song." He said, "I know I'm doing security because I own my own company, But, I work alongside Sony and all that, and I'm looking for young people I want you to write for. And I've been kind of dabbling in that here and there. I've been doing that. And that was just at a showcase. I was just singing. Like, you know what I mean? So I go out there and try to support. Go out there and sing. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So you write your own music?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That makes a difference in the game. What did you say, Jerm? Like, right, being your own writer, not having to depend on somebody to write for you, like being able to put that stuff together on the spot, I feel like it's an advantage.
It definitely is. And I will say, don't neglect teamwork either.
No.
Yeah.
Because the industry is literally built off of connections.
Yeah.
So I will say, once you get to once you're in a place where you kind of, like, we all know that place. Once we kind of find our own sound, don't be afraid to like look to work with other people and collab, because you never know what opportunities. Just like how you said, like singing at open mics. Yeah. You'll catch a play. Yeah. You get even more plays working with other artists and songwriters. Now, I will say, like, at the same time, you got to make sure the love is mutual and that it's either on a lateral scale or it's an upper scale, because you want to make sure that, like, whoever you rocking with is pouring right back into you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to, like, on the producing side, they call it chasements. You don't want to end up chasing a placement. You feel me? It's the same thing, like, with artists and songwriters. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket trying to, I want so-and-so to rock with me. I want so-and-so to tap in. And just like, bro, you just got to lock in with who really rocking with you now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, which you do a good job of anyway. You know what I'm saying? But definitely lean more into working with other writers, other artists, other producers, other engineers, because it's networking. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, he not lying about that. I mean, I kind of been dabbling into that for probably about the last, like, year or so. Like, I got a main person I used to go to, his name Nicolino. But which he's still fam, all love, nothing like that. Shout out to Lino. Yeah, shout out to Lino and Serenity. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to network. I just want to network, because if you don't go around and you don't network, how you gonna know if something is for you? You might miss an opportunity. You don't know. Like, and somebody else may have this portion or this piece that you need. Yeah. While they got this piece. Right. This person may have this piece while this person got that piece. Right. That's right. But if you don't network, then you're gonna be waiting on that one person to do something for you. Right. Right. And that's not where you want to be.
No.
That's on the other side of it. Yeah, for sure. Working, as they say, backwards. You know what I mean? Backwards. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that, because I see a lot of people chasing it. You know what I mean? That bag. Shout out to Mary Mack, which will have her. I'm sure have you heard of Mary Mack?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Dope artist, man. I respect her. Her and my brother Will. I don't know if you guys ever come across my brother Will P, man, but he's been in the area for a little while with his music and his stuff too. Okay. So a lot of them be at the same artists be at the same little joints. You know what I mean? Sure. You start to find that, like, even when I was out there doing the shows and stuff like that, you just find that everybody is at the same joint and everybody is linking. So it just confirms what you said about the the connections and things of that nature.
Network.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever had a moment where you woke up and your voice was just gone?
Oh, man.
Like, and you like, what's going on? What happened?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I try I'm a tea person, I'll say that. Like, how people drink coffee every day? I drink tea every morning. Hot tea, with just honey, water, and a packet. Yeah. So it don't happen to me often, but it has. And you just got to do them vocal warm-ups before you go sing. You just got to do vocal warm-ups. Like, you can hear it when you don't, like, you can kind of hear it now. I may not have today. I may not sung today like that. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to do the vocal warm-ups. Yeah.
Because that actually goes into the next question. Is there a certain type of health and wellness you have to carry having a voice? Because, for you, Jerm, I know you sitting back, you got to physically be able to, but using the voice, that's a whole different, you know what I'm saying? Your wind. Yeah. You got to think, I'm sure weight gain might play a big part. You got some heavy people who can sing, but if you smaller and you gaining weight, that's going to change, change it. But I can't sing. That's, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of, like, for instance, like, like I smoke, right?
Uh-huh.
So I have to make sure I drink tea and do vocal warm-ups. Where some people, and I ain't gonna even say that, not necessarily, but it's just like when you are doing certain stuff that may mess with your voice, you just got to make sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I mean, definitely working out helps with breathing. That's really what it is. Like if you can breathe correctly, you can sing out, you know, good. Like right now, I tried to sing something hard and I'm like slouch. You feel? So if you sit up and you breathe, it's gonna come out different.
Being proactive instead of reactive.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
You need that diaphragm.
man, yeah, you do. Especially with certain songs, like certain chill songs you can do. But them songs where you gotta push, you gonna have to sit up or stand up.
Yep.
You know, you got to
Sit up and stand up. Maybe I'll try
the
that.
notes just don't come out if you don't. You know what I mean?
they
It
just
don't come out the right way.
Nah, they don't.
And it's amazing because the human body is really like an instrument. You
It
know
is,
what I mean?
nah, for sure.
Because if you, I mean, just having your finger off that, you know what I mean, that hole, not covering it enough or pressing enough, you know what I mean, it can change the whole sound. You know what I mean? Which in the industry changes the song and everything else, and it goes from there. So. That's
You learned that from wifey. Can wifey sing?
No.
Oh, I was
No,
about
love
to
you to
say,
death.
y'all be in the house doing
No.
Ain't no wrong with a little duet.
Well, y'all go on and bless us with one day.
Hey man, look, I do not mind, but however, I was not prepared. You heard them say, "Be prepared." Both of them spoke on that.
But
several
sometimes
times.
that moment, John,
Prepared.
but what we say, when that moment comes,
Oh, you gotta be ready.
you gotta be ready.
Sometimes you need the pressure.
And sometimes you gotta be in that race for it too. I don't even know if I'm in a race no more.
Man.
But you know, I didn't summed it up to karaoke. You know what I mean? I got a nice karaoke voice. You know what I mean? I just gotta remember the words, man. Speaking of that, how does remembering lyrics, even your own songs?
Ooh. I will say it's kind of tough if you have a lot of songs. You know, if you got like a large like catalog or, you know, songs you just ain't released yet and it's a lot of them. You like, I'm gonna sing this one day and you like, I don't even remember the words. Like, because you know, we have our favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? I got my songs I listen to over
Faithfully.
me, myself, and they're crazy over and over and over again in the car. You know what I'm saying? But then there might be a song I'm like, man, I forgot about that song, and I remember the words because it's my song. But it's like sometimes if you're not listening to it constantly, it's like I just don't remember right now. Let me listen to it a few more times.
Yeah.
Performing wise, forgetting the words. Most of the time now, you know, a lot of people perform with their words. I do perform without too.
Yeah.
I haven't forgot yet, but I'll tell you the beauty in that. The beauty in singing without your words is when you mess up, only you know you messed up.
Exactly.
Just say a word. It don't matter what you say. They don't know.
Right.
That's the beauty in that.
That's right.
If I'm singing everything you like, I got a song called Everything You Need. Can't let you slip away, girl. I just want everything you need. I can provide. So what if I say everything you need and I forget everything you need, I can give it to you. They don't know. They don't know.
Because actually, the second one was right. Actually,
you know what I'm saying? You just got to keep going, Fred. You can't, if you think about it and you show it, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, he messed up. I saw that.
Right, yeah.
sure.
That's the beauty in singing without the words, though. I will say that.
You ain't lying.
You got a question. Jameson asks, what is the process for choosing a feature artist?
For me, just as long as you consistent, like Jerm was saying, and you like dope. Now, see, I'm a real like humble person. I'm a people pleaser, try to be nice to everybody, nice to everybody. Like, you know, I'm terrible with that. So it's like I'm very selective now. Because I mean, people gonna be selective with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm selective. You know what I'm saying? If I hear something, I'm like, I ain't really rocking with that. Instead of being a normal Kris where I'm like, man, that's dope, man, keep going. I might be like, well, who your engineer? Well, man, go back and mess with it a little bit and send it to me, then we'll figure something out. You know, so I'm very selective in that. But for the most part, if you dope, I'll work with you. You know, I'll work with you.
So is an opportunity, or do you ever research who you are working with? Personally, because you got some people, business is just business. They don't care what you do in your personal life.
Gotcha.
And you got some people they like, nah, I need to know who I'm collaborating with. Like,
yeah, I'm like that because I'm a spiritual person first, right?
For sure.
So if I get around you and you don't have the right spirit, I'm gonna feel it immediately. Like to the point where I'm a talker and I'm not gonna talk to you. If I talk to you immediately, that means I got a good feeling from you. You know what I'm saying? So I research first because I ain't a fan of people that don't take care of their kids. Fan of people that always in something. Now I don't be dealing with none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I try my hardest not to deal with people like that. But sometimes you might be the light. I might not want to deal with people like that, but they may get around me and be like, "Dang, you from the hood? You from Milton? And you don't even act like that though.
Yeah,
like you cool, you nice to people, you chill." Man, maybe I need to put that. Maybe I need to start doing that. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you might be the light. You might need to get around people because it's going.
Yeah,
because you might be attracting those people for a reason,
and it might be a reason. So,
What about you, Jerm?
Oh yeah, that was a perfect segue because I feel like that happens to me all the time, man. I go in rooms, folks be doing everything, but because I'm there as a standard, you know what I'm saying. So everybody's. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's Jerm here. Yeah. You feel me? And I don't try, there's nothing that I try to do to make people tighten up. Mm-hmm. But it's definitely, I think, just a respect thing. Because I respect everybody I work with. Yeah. Everybody I get in the room with. It's always respect first. I'm going to speak, make sure, I talk to everybody in the room. You know what I'm saying? And
old school.
You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of time, of course, walking into a situation, I'm going to do as much research as I can. But at the same time, it's just when I get there, I kind of trust myself and I trust God to know that if I'm here, this is where God wants me to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So whatever is going to go on in this room while I'm here,
it's going to go on.
It's going to go on. And I know God is here with me. Yeah. We're going to be straight. Anything that's not, lined up is going to go.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So we got another question. And basically, do you feel like the 704 gives you the support, basically, I guess, that you deserve? And I'm sorry, I am revamping this question. And has it been hard to accept the fact that people, basically, you don't get the support from people you expect it from? And how do you clap for yourself, basically?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Hey, that's a shout out to Kris.
Yeah, what's up, Kris?
Yeah,
what's up with it?
I can honestly say that I feel like the crib can only support you as much as they can. Mm-hmm. I feel like the crib is only meant to be the crib. Yeah. You can't expect the crib to be your fan base.
Facts.
The crib is the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Do you have band riders, people who was watching your stuff prior to you having the type of exposure you have now, and now all of a sudden they jumping on the bandwagon?
I think so, but I don't know because it's I'm so, man, well, I tell y'all, my wife will tell you, bro, every time I go to Walmart, I'm gonna bump into about 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
And they gonna say the same thing. What's up, Jerm? How you doing? You good? I'm so proud of you. You've been going crazy. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's love. Yeah. Whether they played the song, heard the song, I'm not checking. I'm not fact checking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime I see anybody I'm familiar with, it's always love. So I take that for what it is instead of saying oh, y'all really, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, I don't really care. This is what I realized. Even because my family do the same thing. Yeah. My family don't know the records I produce.
Yeah.
They just know you produce.
They just support.
They just support the fact that I'm doing something. So it's when it comes to Charlotte, I feel like it'll be unrealistic. I feel like I'll be blocking my blessings for not receiving the love for what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just grateful that I have real relationships with people in my city where I can go to the store and it's love. And I'm not blackballed, you know? And I stopped, expecting the crib to yield me any type of support. I stopped expecting it from them because I'm I mean, it's not gonna pay my bills.
Facts.
I'm cool. I'm fine. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I realized, man. Like, even doing the podcast and things of that nature, I used to get upset because you have this expectation that these certain people of your crew, they gonna be there regardless. They're gonna show up. They're gonna give you that support, right? Yeah. That was my mindset initially, but I did kind of embody the thought that, like, at the end of the day, if those people that you wanted to supported you the way you wanted them to, would it still be enough support to get you where you're trying to go?
Right.
And most of the time, no.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just not. You know what I mean? Like, you talking to a very mini, micro, you know what I mean, fraction of who you going to run across and who you need to run across in order to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's
So
a fact.
you know you got to push past that energy anyway. So that's what I kind of embody going through, you know, the whole podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that's real stuff right there.
Yeah. I want to hear Kris take though.
Oh yeah. For sure.
As the artist, man,
Yeah,
listen,
it's different on the artist side. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel like the men don't support each other like we should. The women are.
Yeah.
The women don't gatekeep. Mm-hmm. The women, if first of all, if women see something doing good, we'll see one of their people doing good, they be like, oh my God, girl, I'm gonna shade stuff, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
With us, either we mugging if we don't know you.
Yeah.
Then, you know, music is already kind of, you know,
Competitive standoff.
competitive. You understand, dog. If you a rapper, then you glorified. If you're a singer, that might be old school for some people. You know what I'm saying? That don't care
And
about
that's
that kind of
crazy to
singing.
me.
For real though. For real. Oh man, we like you, but we don't know if we can market you because it's old school. And I'm like, I mean, okay, you know what I mean? But you know, you just kind of got to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So with you making that testimony, are you willing to vamp in any way to get out there, or do you have a certain standard that you have set for yourself that you
like gotta do to get out there? Nah, I mean, I'm open. You know, you talk about being open. I'm open. Like, you know, I've met like a lot of people. I work with Fantasia's cousin Amanda Barino. I work with her, talk to her all the time, work with her all the time. So I've met the right people, but it's like, could the support be better? Yes. Yeah. A lot. Like a lot better. And then it's like the people you think gonna support you don't. What they do is they look over you and go look for people to support they think gonna get them on.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what Charlotte does.
Yeah.
If it's somebody that he know, yeah, I'm gonna talk to that person because I know I might be able to get on and meet their family or something or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's somebody that may have the talent, you just don't think they're gonna get you there quick.
Facts.
So now you're going to work with them other people. But then, hey, in all reality though, they doing the same thing I'm doing. It ain't even nothing great happening. It's the same thing. So why not support the person that ain't gonna leave, gonna have your back,
That's a fact.
gonna really be there for you
Yeah.
when all those other people done left 40 times.
Yeah.
I never understand it, you know. But you just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I think I get the right support I'm supposed to get.
That's a fact.
You know, designed by God. Like whatever God got in store for it, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. I tell you, like, the support, like I said, man, that's why you really gotta lean into relationships like your relationship with God and things of that nature. Because your support, even if they love you and they care the most about you, they sometimes still can fail you.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure.
have something sometimes that push you past those, hey, I wasn't expecting that type of moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Because that's really important in the industry too, because you are going to get a lot of no's.
Yeah,
I don't care
facts.
how good you are.
That's
You know what I mean?
fact.
How good you think you are, you're gonna get a lot of no's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as long as you know that yes is coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
You know what I mean? So you definitely gotta keep going for sure.
Yeah.
We got some questions, some more questions in the audience. So what is it going to take to see a joint project from Kris and Jerm?
That's crazy.
What's up, Keys? I think I was telling her earlier, when I first started off, I pretty much got all of my beats from you. I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Close to it. When you think about it.
Yeah.
So, but something new, I talk to Jerm all the time. You know, definitely been talking to him about it. Just trying to get everything in order, like I was talking about earlier, just trying to make sure the back end straight stuff, you know, paperwork, like make sure I get that in order. Because as you grow, you realize the business is way more important than just being an artist or being a producer. Or
That's a fact.
you know, he talked about that earlier.
Yep.
Like it's just way more important. It's like you could put something out, maybe fire, go viral, but you didn't even get it copywritten. Or you didn't have a BMI or ASCAP.
Yep.
I'm
You know,
telling you,
and somebody
man.
take it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep.
So, you know, I just want to make sure everything's straight. But I definitely been talking to Jerm though, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know if y'all remember because, again, maybe ahead of our time, right? But you guys probably have some input on the whole copyright process. I remember when we first doing it, we doing these Guitar Hero, you know what I mean, tracks.
Yeah.
Man, they like, put it in the mail, send it to yourself. Does that shit really work? As far as the copyright, you never heard of that?
I feel
Send it in the mail to yourself, but never open it.
Nah, I mean, I've only heard of like, well, everything online now.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just go online and copyright and stuff.
Yeah, I know it's easier now, but I was curious if you guys had ever
Put
heard
it in
that.
the
but
mail
that
and
was-
send it to you.
Yeah,
I remember that
back in the
though.
day.
I ain't gonna lie, I
I
remember
know
that.
you heard somebody say that, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
look, they ain't know they was talking about
Look,
this
man.
on.
Nah, that's what that was.
Hey, it
That's
was
what it was.
it was more than a couple people's. Yeah, that's what it was, Jameson.
so
Poor
they was
man's
in
copyright.
Copyright.
Yeah, man. Send it to
Poor man's
yourself, man.
copyright.
That's
Matter
too
of fact,
funny.
he has a question as a producer. What are your steps to get the perfect sounding track?
Perfect. Perfect. There's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
So get that out of the way.
Yeah, for sure.
I just make it work as it goes.
Yeah, you know. But anything close to it, the steps, I would say from like sonically from like a wavelength standpoint, I know when I got a good track when I got like certain instruments sitting like in every frequency. You know what I'm saying? I got my lows, my mids, and my highs, and it sounds full. Like when I start producing, one of the tricks that I would use was I would like think of it like a band. You know, if I was to make a beat right now, it would need some type of melody, some type of like rhythm section like drums, whatever, some type of like bass, some low end. So whether it's guitar, melody, counter melody, drums, sub bass or like real bass, as long as I got those things down straight. And then sometimes, I mean, nowadays a lot of artists recording off of just loops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They record off of just a guitar lick or some chords, like piano chords.
Yeah.
You know? So
I love me a good acoustic.
I'm telling you.
Hey, for
Man,
real.
there's
I'm
nothing like
telling
a
you.
good acoustic,
for sure
man.
they
I'm
are.
gonna learn guitar eventually.
Yeah, y'all,
I'm
you
gonna
will.
get to it for sure.
And you do that because I watch your
Yeah.
videos. It's funny because, you know, we talked a little bit about Rated 28 back
Yeah.
when it was in the university area. I
movie.
literally wanted to
Classic.
link with you and Beezy because I went through a stage where I wanted to make beats.
Yeah.
And I went through a stage where I wanted to DJ.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, dang, if I get with them, I'm going to learn how to do one of the two. Never
What's up?
anything I pursued, but with you saying that,
Yeah.
you perform that in your videos step by step. But I be watching.
You do.
That's why I love doing it, because like I love teaching too.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it in a cool way. Like when I approached content period, I was just like, all right, let me give something that's actually valued, you know, to people. Well, of course it entertains them, but they also learn it too. Like, because you got so many producers that can't really explain what it is that they do.
They can just do it.
Yeah, they can just do it. And I've always been taught that, like, you can't, you know, that's how that's how you can really prove that you know something. If you can teach somebody, you can teach like a 3-year-old. You feel me? So I'm glad that people are just receptive to like the content I be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Fire.
it's dope.
Yeah.
If I was on the outside looking in, I'll be watching them too, you know?
Yeah.
So
Fire.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have that love and that passion in there, man. That's what you got. I can hear it in your voice for sure. So Janae mentioned, what is something that you wanted to do in your career that you may be afraid to do, but you have the urge to do it. So you're afraid to do it, but you got that urge deep down inside. Like I wanna leap on that. What's that for you?
oh shoot. move to LA, move
That's a good one.
to Atlanta.
It's a big one.
I felt like you was gonna say LA. I was thinking
That's a
of,
good
you know, when I'm thinking of my questions and stuff to ask during the interview,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that question, and I felt like you was gonna say LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, cause to be honest, I know if I get out there, then like I know I'm qualified. I know I'm equipped.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact of like, you know what I'm saying, missing my family. Like I know that's a real thing. I'd have been to LA plenty of times. And like on that third day, I'd be like, all right, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
man,
Like
man,
go back
wrap
to the
it up.
crib.
I'm ready to get back. But I know for what I know and like my character, I know that like if I even go out there for a year, I could change everybody's life.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. It's like, all right, well, when the time is right, I'm pretty sure God gonna lead me down that direction. But I'm not gonna just hop out there on a whim either. You know, I'm definitely, I'm waiting for the opportunity. I'll say that.
So I used to live in LA, North Hollywood,
Yeah.
and it's funny because a lot of people stop everything, just go and chase their dreams.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's bad when I was dealing with men, but I can remember going to the park and this dude I was interested in. You know, I seen, I was like, okay, cute. I go back the next day. He got the same clothes on. I'm like, okay, what's wrong? So he had went out there to pursue his acting career. And he was in like a couple commercials he had named, but he literally had nowhere to go. A gig that another gig he was supposed to have turned around for him and he didn't get it, but he was like stuck.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who go out there chasing a dream. Some make it and some don't.
Right.
And if you don't have that support system to get you back where you need to be, you kind of you stuck out there. Like the homeless rate is ridiculous.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like when I seen Skid Row for the first time, I'm like, oh nah, this real.
Yeah, for sure.
This ain't no game. Like that's why like I'm kind of like, you know, I'm on the fence because it's just like, man, I'm not finna crash out.
Yeah.
I'd rather get it out the mud here. I done made it this far.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, them folks ain't been in the rooms I done been in.
Yeah. The blessing with you though is you don't have kids. Hey, wifey say she ready when you ready. Because kids play a huge fact. When you got that piece of support and y'all can lean on each other. Now I ain't telling you go out there and be homeless. Of course, have a plan together.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But it's different when it's just y'all
that's
as
a fact.
opposed to you having kids.
That's right.
Because you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all can split a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different when you got 2 and 3 kids. You got to feed too. So you know that's definitely I think something to look at when it comes to taking those risks, jumping out there on them limbs.
Absolutely.
And worst case scenario, you have a little something put back. You try it out for 3 months, it don't work. You can come back home.
back to the crib.
You know
Yeah,
that's
right.
the blessing with not having kids in that scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? Getting established and then bringing them into the equation.
Right.
So you know, hey, sometimes it's all about the faith for real.
Nah, you right. You right.
What about you, Kris, on that question? Again, what's something that you wanted to do that you might be afraid to do, but you got the urge to do it?
Kind of similar, same, you know, except I have kids, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like, and I'm one of them, I'm an active daddy, you feel me? I'm not one of them daddies that let the mama do everything.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
like, I'm out there for real.
Yeah.
I might work all day, come home, still go outside, throw the football, take them to practice, come back, we do, and I don't rest until they rest. Like, I'm an active daddy for real.
That's
Yeah,
what's
for
up.
sure.
So that's like, that's going to be the same for me, you know, just moving away, you know, trying to, even if it's something like a tour or, you know, going away for a month or something, it's like, I want to. Now, if the opportunity really comes, because it has, but if it comes where I have to do it, then I will.
Yeah,
Let me just
sure.
say that.
Yeah.
And my wife always been supportive. I've never had an issue. She's never complained at me for coming in late. None of that. Like,
Yeah,
because she just, I mean,
That's a
she
blessing.
pushing me. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be that for me. It'll be moving away and be like, y'all ain't gonna see daddy for a month. You know what I'm saying? You gonna talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
for
you
sure.
may not see me though.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be that for sure for me.
And sometimes it's that many sacrifices well
is, though.
just to
Yeah.
get through that hump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you say, everything don't always last.
Yeah.
So that's just like, being a truck driver.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, most of them doing that job because of the type of money they make in that career.
They
Not
hate it.
that they want to be away, but they doing what they can for their family. So in the next few years, they can sit back, they can chill, and they can have those moments. But it's I can understand where that can be hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. You got any other questions?
Nah, y'all been dope, man. Like this whole interview,
real.
I'm talking about answering the
I
questions.
can't wait to get into this. As soon as we leave, man, I'll get into editing all of this and cutting it up, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be love, man. I love this episode, man, for sure.
Sir.
So actually, you know what? I will ask something else. Is there, and this is for the both of y'all, is there a question or anything that you want to answer that we did not ask you? Just to put out there about yourself, about your career.
Well, sure, it was still some questions up there. That was, we got an answer, I think.
Yeah, sure. Take a shot at it. So, my bro, Will P, once again, shout out to him. Who's your top 704 producers?
Top 704. Sean the First. KO the Wizard.
Dope.
With my guys. K-Figs. Crazy.
Yeah.
My boy Solo Steves.
Yeah.
I know Solo.
Fire.
You know Solo?
I know Solo. Will, I think, worked with the first guy you said.
Sean the First?
Yeah, Sean the First. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's my dog.
Did a little traveling with him, too. That was dope.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who... There's a kid named Michael Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't met him yet in person, but I've worked on projects with him. And every time I heard some of his music, I'd be like, yo.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I think he used Logic too, which is like, I use FL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really got to know what you're doing in Logic. You can't slap. FL, you can slap some stuff around. It sound cool. But Logic, you really got to know what you're doing for real. And Michael Knight, I'd heard some of his stuff. I really like some of his music. I'm trying to think who else.
Well, look, I know my brother humble, you know what I'm saying? But for me, anytime, he send me something, I link with Jerm. It's the R&B. Y'all talking about R&B beats?
Yeah.
Telling you.
And
I'm telling you.
And what's crazy? My wife, when me and my wife first got together, she was like, yo, I think you should be doing R&B.
Yeah, bro, for real though.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I was straight on the trap wave.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because that's what's popular.
Yeah, because it's popular.
That's what it is.
But
yeah.
The game has changed. And
man.
Yeah, I mean,
His R&B tracks are crazy.
Stacks too, J Stacks.
J Stacks fire, yeah, he is.
Fire.
Yeah, he is.
J Stacks.
And he can sing too for real.
Yeah.
I think that's where I know him from is more so singing. I didn't know he do beats, but I think I have heard that name before.
Yeah, J Stacks been around for a minute.
For a long time.
That sounds real familiar. That's dope. That's real dope. We starting to have more, artists on. I'm gonna definitely have more artists coming back and things of that nature because I like to shine a light in that industry because for one, it seemed like everybody wants you to, pay and do this. That's how it was when I was. You know what I mean?
Right,
when I was out there. You gotta pay to put yourself on and like you said, like you got real life responsibilities outside of, you know what I mean, these things. And I'm just an advocate for shining a light on anybody from all walks of life. You know what I mean? Because we idolize these people that's on television, but a lot of times what we don't see is what's making that possible. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And so when you have those situations like that, it's like sometimes people feel overlooked, but I know that one thing about the music industry is it's not going anywhere.
Facts.
So for you, even if you never make it, to Hollywood to sing, you can still make a good living out here for yourself, just locally, weddings, funerals, whatever, engagements.
Birthday parties.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to be calling you.
Yeah, hit
you know
me
what I'm
up.
saying? That lucky day coming up. I need somebody to sing.
Come on.
So it's a lot of different avenues that, you can maneuver down when it comes down to the music industry.
Yeah, it
of course,
is.
there's always a bigger goal, a bigger picture.
Yeah.
But you can always work with where within where you are. Whether or not it's, hey, I'm gonna do this $50 solo real quick.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until I get up there, but. You know, you definitely work your way through this, you know, this industry. It's a lot of different lanes to maneuver down. Yeah, for sure.
Jerm got another question.
Yeah.
Would you produce a worship track?
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
That would be dope.
Yeah, man. I'm just man. What you know? I'm a church baby.
Yeah,
I'm about to say.
Yeah, absolutely. If I push come to shove, like I can bring many like I know so many keyboard players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I do play keys.
Yeah.
But to really get that feel, I might just bring somebody in.
Yeah.
And then we just gonna work together. I'll arrange it. Say, you want to book a session, hit me.
Yeah.
We'll set it up.
Gospel is crazy, man, because going back to what you were saying before in regards to, you know, just making so many tracks, this, that, and third, and being selective, when it comes down to gospel artists, those songs are around for forever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like so if you do, like they don't have that income, and that, you know, what they make paper wise may not be as, you know, fruitful as what you would see like R&B, certain R&B. But those songs, and I take that back, because over time they might, you know what I mean? Like now thinking about that, over time the way they stay around, how long they stay around, because you have these people that make these songs and it go off, it's a hit, you know what I mean? But is it still something you taking in your corner with you 10 years from now?
Got you.
That's why I'm stuck in the 90s era, man. Like with the R&B.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Donnell Jones. I was just listening to Donnell Jones.
I'm stuck in that era, man, for sure.
It's hard to get out of
Yeah,
here.
for sure. I appreciate all of you guys for joining in the audience tonight.
Go ahead and tell them where to lock in with you.
Oh yeah, Kris, you got it.
Hey man, so you can catch me on all social media platforms at Kris Alexander. That's Kris with a K, Alexander with a Z. All my music is on all streaming platforms, man. Make sure you tap in with it though.
Sure.
Yeah, man. And you can find me everywhere at Jerm Juice. It's JERM JUICE. Instagram, there's 2 underscores after Jerm Juice. Everything else is Jerm Juice. You can find me everywhere.